Hello, welcome to Graveyard Tours. I'm at Fort Lincoln Cemetery in Bladensburg, next to Washington, D.C. I'm doing a tour of this place in my van, simply because the place is gigantic. It's too big to include, to walk it, but I'm gonna drive around, and it's very interesting. There is tremendous history here. This is part of the Battle of Bladensburg was fought here at the edge. Actually, we'll go there right now and show you. You'll see this hill, ramparts here. They're called ramparts. This is part of the Fort Lincoln. This was before, this was during 1812 Battle of Bladensburg when the British invaded. Oh, what do we have? We have some visitors here, folks. A bunch of geese. So, and there's actually, you'll see deer. I have another short video where when the first time I came out here, there was deer. Anyway, so this is part of the forts that our volunteers built here to fight the British when they invaded us. Also, there is an old oak tree somewhere out here where President Lincoln drank out of a spring. I don't know which. There's I don't know where that is exactly, but we'll try to find it. And there is a old tavern, not a tavern, an old fort out here before the 1812 battle. It was built in the 1600s. It's one of the oldest buildings in the state of Maryland. This place has tons of history, folks, and I'm not doing it justice. I understand that. Okay, first of all, like I said, it's too big to hike it to do a short video. I believe, I don't know where the actual old fort is, but also I have the history of the place. And there's also a lot of prominent African Americans buried here, and others. There is a lot of prominent people buried out here. So forgive me, it's raining, it's a little bit, it's sprinkling, it's cold, it's January, and interestingly not, they have these everywhere out here too. These are monitors with cameras and stuff like that. And here's a statue of Lincoln himself. So probably the old oak tree is probably somewhere around here where he drank from the spring. I don't even know if the oak tree is even in existence anymore. There is a big tree stump right there. Maybe that's it. Okay, so this place is, like I said, this place is gigantic, and it's too big to really do in one video. It's too much to take in, okay? But I can do other videos. I'll probably end up doing other videos of this place simply because there's just too much history here to try to get it all in one video. So we're gonna drive around. This will be the part one, and I probably won't be able to do another part until probably the spring or something like that, because it's winter, and I was able to come to Maryland just to I had to take care of some business, and then I also wanted to do these videos. That's a statue of a deer, so I don't know what this place is. This might be where the old, or this might be maintenance. Yeah, that's a maintenance building there. So yeah, this place is gigantic, like I said. It's and there's placards everywhere. So when I come back, when I do a part two, we'll do more research. And this is a Chinese cemetery plot area. It's pretty cool. They got statues of lions here and everything. Yeah, so this is really cool. Like I said, there's so much history out here. that you can't, just in this cemetery alone, it's way too much to cover. Here's a Chinese gate, really cool. And this is called the Fort Lincoln Cemetery, and it's got so much history out here. But yeah, sorry about my camera work, guys. I'm driving, and I just noticed I just covered up the video with my finger. I apologize. Anyway, like I said, I will do a walking tour in the springtime, probably. Go to the more historic areas. But this is just, this is just a drive-through. This will be a part 1. I guess I'll title this part 1. And then I'll do a part 2 probably in the spring. I got other part 2s I got to do also. My other videos. I got Edgar Allan Poe. I got to do that one and everything, but my life has been a little bit busy lately, so I haven't been able to do so much filming. And I mean, but look at this place. It's just amazing. It's huge. I don't even know how many acres it is, but I would assume that this is probably more than 50 acres easily. And it just goes on and on and on and on. But yeah, this is really cool. Let's go this way. Yeah, so look at that. These are all in-ground headstones. I don't know where that old fort is. It was built in 1640s, I think. I have a pamphlet here. I'll read it to you at the end of this video if you watch the whole video. Geese are everywhere around here. That's the second flock of geese I've seen already. Yeah, I mean, just look at the size of this place. I'm guessing this is probably closer to 100 acres easily. So yeah. So again, please forgive me for my camera work. Driving at the same time. I'm trying to be very careful. I'm driving slow. Yeah, so my other video included a lot of the Battle of Bladensburg sites, and of course I also included the cemetery of the main building of the main inhabitants of the building that I filmed. I'm having a bit of a brain freeze here because I'm driving and I'm focusing and I'm looking, trying to see which way to go next, and also looking for this fort. So yeah, watch my other video about the Battle of Blade, but it's not titled Battle. I can't remember the title of it right now, to be honest with you. Maybe it'll come to me. But yeah, a lot of people, I mean, people who come to DC and everything, they don't know about these places. And look at this. I mean, it's just it's incredible. It's incredible. And like I said, it would be a 3-4 hour video, so I'm going to have to do it in sections. Part 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even, so it'll give me something to do, that's for sure. Because the more and more I study this place and learn about it, there's another flock of geese, the more and more I'm sure I'm going to find more and more intriguing people that are buried out here. Just the historic value of the Battle of Bladensburg, that this was part of it, is amazing to me, And one of the oldest buildings in the state of Maryland is it's pretty incredible. Built in the 1600s. That's pretty incredible by itself. So yeah, like I said, as you can see, this place is gigantic. I think this is way over 100 acres. This is the second time I've been out here. The first time I came out here, I got here pretty late, and I discovered it when I was filming about the Battle of Bladensburg in the cemetery related to all of that video. And then that's when I discovered it, and then I said, well, I have to make another trip out here. So this is my second trip, but I didn't spend too much time on my first trip. I was just in awe, and I didn't have enough time, to be honest with you. I just didn't have enough time. to do it all, to even do a film here of this place. But this is my first film, part 1. Yeah, as you can see, this place is gigantic, and you just can't take it all in one video. So this will just be a drive-through, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. But the historical value, like I said, I have a pamphlet here. This is where we already came through here. There's a statue of Lincoln. So we're kind of going in circles now. So let's go to another area. Oh, here we go. Here's part of the fort itself also. So these are Civil War cannons, they said, and what I read. These are the Civil War cannons that were placed here. So let me see where I can park, and then let's walk this area. Okay, so because this is really interesting to me. All right, I'm gonna cut the video and then I'm gonna start it back up as soon as I park it. Okay, so here we are, Fort Lincoln. Let's read this real quick. These earthworks are a portion of the original fortifications which made up Fort Lincoln. This fort was built during the summer of 1861 to serve as an outer defense of the city of Washington. It was named in honor of President Lincoln by General Order Number 18 AGO, September 30th, 1861. The brigade of Major General Joseph Hooker was the first to occupy this area. In immediate command of the fort was Captain T.S. Paddock. The Civil War cannons have been placed here through the courtesy of the Department of Defense to commemorate this auspicious occasion. Okay, so here we go. This is it. Part of the fort for the Battle of Bladensburg. Well, this was built right after, so the British wouldn't come back, I guess. So anyway, here it is, folks. Here it is. I mean, just the history alone here, it's just incredible. Incredible. Watch my other video though. I show a lot of the sites of the Battle of Bladensburg against the War of 1812 against the British. And here are the cannons. So I know this is graveyard tours. We're at the graveyard, and I have the information. Really cool. Look at these old cannons. Look at that. They're grooved to be more accurate. The cannon, inside of the cannon, is grooved, spiraled to be much more accurate. So it looks like just have a couple cannons out here. But yeah, folks, this is it. So like I said, also there's a lot of prominent people buried out here. A lot of prominent African Americans are buried out here. A lot of prominent soldiers. This place has a lot of history. So, and if I don't find the fort or the building, you know what? I think I just found the building itself. It was built in 1643, I think. I don't know if this is it or not. So let's just walk over there real quick. Like I said, it's raining, so I'm going to be doing a lot of this just driving around. I'm already under the weather a bit. And this is the same placard, same information. So more geese. There's lots of geese out here. Okay, and there's a few people out here. So let's, Old Spring House. Here it is. Old Spring House. This venerable building dates back to the year of 1683, when one of the early colonists built his home on the overlooking hillside. The spring still feeds cool water to the trough inside the spring house. This was the only method available in those days for cooling milk, butter, and other dairy products. This land was part of the original grant from Lord Baltimore to George Conn, and remained in the Conn family for more than 200 years. This is one of the oldest buildings standing in the state of Maryland. We found it, folks. Incredible. Look at that right there. Right there. And not only that, here is the remnants of the oak tree that President Lincoln drank from the spring. The Lincoln Oak, it's called. Look at this. What is in there? This is the spring. My glasses are in my mouth. This is the spring where President Lincoln drank from, right here. Here's the oak, and there's a placard, and we're going to show this little house here too. Spring house, it's called. But let's go here real quick. The Lincoln Oak. Here it is, folks. This gnarled and ringed stump, attesting to its age, is all that remains of the majestic oak tree that once shaded the old spring house. Steeped in history, it was put to rest by the forces of nature. Its past will never be forgotten, and its existence will be remembered forever as a sentinel over these historic grounds. There it is, folks. Looks like they used concrete to fill in the rotted spaces of the oak. I don't think it's petrified. I think they literally recreated it with concrete. So pretty amazing, folks. Pretty amazing. So let's go back to the spring house. It's starting to rain here, so this is it. This is how they kept everything cool. So I guess the spring water would run through this trough here. There's the feed right there, that little groove. And then this other area, so the water would continuously flow through here, keeping the inside of this building cool while they stored their butter and milk products. That's how it's natural refrigeration. That's how they did it. This old spring house was built by English. Let me read this. This old spring house was built by English colonists who in the late years of the 17th century had established a residence close by, climaxing an ocean voyage which ended on the banks of the nearby Eastern Branch. Erected about 1683, the spring house is amongst the oldest structure relics of the American colonization era. The old oak tree, according to qualified judgment, was more than 125 years old when the spring house was built. This venerable old tree has come back to be known as the Lincoln Oak because of the traditional conference under its spring standing limbs between President Lincoln and the commanding officers of the nearby fortifications. Is not a fanciful relief that upon such an occasion the Civil War president drank of the cooling waters which sprang from amongst its roots. Here it is, folks. Really, really cool. We're looking at history. This is all history right here, folks. They didn't even teach me any of this when I was in school, which, you know, I went to school in nearby Bladensburg. I didn't go to school in Bladensburg, but nearby. So, I'm just now discovering all this in my life, in my late life now. It's pretty amazing that, we didn't even do a school trip to come here to look at this place. So I don't understand it. But anyway, it is what it is, It's raining. I got to go back to my van and get out of this weather because I'm under the weather a little bit. But I'm going to continue filming, so keep watching. Okay, folks, as you can see, there's the spring house and the oak tree where Lincoln drank from. It's raining, so again, this place is just too big to walk around in the winter time. I'm already under the weather a little bit, more geese. So I'm just simply going to finish doing this driving tour. We're almost done. This is obviously a newer structure. I'm not really sure what this is. Sorry about the camera work, folks. I'm charging my phone as I'm driving in the... it's a church. I just saw a placard. It's a church, but we're going to do more. Again, we'll do, part 2, probably even a part 3 of this place, because there's too many historical figures here. There's too much history here to try to cover in one video. This is just a part 1, like I said earlier, and I can't fit it all in one. So this is just going to be the driving tour part, and like I said, I'm going to have to just really do more research. I have the official pamphlet here, also I can read that. Like I said, it's just too much. It's too much to cover in one video. Way too much. And I believe, yeah, this is the main office, or what this is. They might be having no, this like I said, this place is gigantic, and I'm not sure what all these buildings are. Maybe there's some kind of offices, I'm not sure. And there's something going on here because I think they're having a funeral here, because so we're gonna go around all that, and then perhaps we'll go back down to, I know the main office is down there, down this way, the main gate. Yeah, watch my other videos, which I covered a lot more of the sites of the Battle of Bladensburg, of the War of 1812 against the British, and that showed many historic sites. I can't off the top of my head remember what the title is. Nope, this is the back of the building, so I gotta go around. Yeah, like I said, this place is gigantic, so maybe what I'll do now is park and read what I have, and let's do that while let me get myself organized here. Okay, it got a little wet too, so okay, so it's not I'm sorry about the camera work here, folks. I'm not doing a great job on this one, that's for sure. Okay, so a lot of this we already saw. The land on which the Fort Lincoln Cemetery was part of the original grant from Lord Baltimore to George Conn, and remained in the Conn family for more than 200 years. We read all that earlier. It was not until 1812, however, when the General Assembly of Maryland passed an act to incorporate the capital cemetery of Prince George's County, Maryland, that the cemetery was perpetually chartered. The old spring house located within the cemetery was built in 1683 and is one of the oldest structures in the state of Maryland. Near the spring house is the white oak of Fort Lincoln, dating back far beyond the War of 1812, when civilians and soldiers alike of the young republic labored mightily in its shadow to throw up entrenchments against the invading British. In 1814, through the lower reaches of the property was fought the Battle of Bladensburg. Later it became part of one of the strong defenses in the chain of forts encircling the city. Visited frequently by President Lincoln, who drank at the spring beneath the ancient oak, it received the name of Fort Lincoln. The earthworks are portion of the original fortifications which made up Fort Lincoln. The fort was built during the summer of 1861 to serve as the outer defense of the city of Washington. It was named in honor of President Lincoln by, okay, we read that. Occupy this immediate command. Okay, we read that. The Battle Blaze Memorial, located across from the mausoleum, honors Commodore Joshua Barney, who made the supreme sacrifice in defense of this country, and his detachment of Marines, which is Marines, for air distinguished display of valor and gallantry of August 24th, 1812. The Prince George's JCs, okay, have a hiking trail now that show, but I was on that hiking trail and I showed it in my other video. The northwest corner of the cemetery is near the site of the old dueling grounds, where during the first half of the 19th century, gentlemen of Washington settled political and personal differences. One of the most famous disputes was between Commodore Decatur and James Barron, which was settled on March 22, 1820. Commodore Decatur, who had gained fame as a conqueror of the Barbary pirates, was fatally wounded by his antagonist. Also, I showed the dueling grounds, and there's a lot of information about Commodore Decatur there. The formal development of Fort Lincoln Cemetery, approximate 176 acres. I was curious how many acres it is. Commenced in 1931 when Horace Peasley was engaged as an architect and landscape designer. Lot owners now number approximately 50,000 and interments about 45,000. The first, which was July 30, 1920. The projected availability of burial and entombment space is for a minimum of 100 years into the future. In 1937, the cemetery was purchased by L.O. Miner, who, with foresight and courage, instituted the park plan concept and pioneered the development of garden crypt construction. The first venture into the below-ground crypt concept was in 1952 with the construction of Garden of Meditation, then followed by the development of other gardens with religious themes: Garden of Apostles, Garden of Good Shepherd, and Garden of the Crucifixion. I'm sorry, folks. In the interim, however, one of the finest community mausoleums in the country was excuse me, completed, embellished with cathedral-type art, stained glass windows, and breathtaking beauty. It contains approximately 5,000 crypts and entombment and internment spaces. 95% of the entombment spaces have been sold, but an ample supply of niches remain available. Okay, so these is not... Okay, so let's read this part, because that part there is not so important. In November 1962, Fort Lincoln was purchased by the Vestey of Rock Creek Parish, which also owns and operated Rock Creek Cemetery, which started in 1719. Wow. Development continued with Masonic Garden in 1968 and the Garden Mausoleum, which was contained more than 8,000 above ground burial. Okay, there's a Rock Creek Cemetery. I think I did a video on that one already. In this connection, Fort Lincoln acquired from the Picard Foundry in Annecy-le-Vieux, France, and an exact replica of the Liberty Bell, which arrived in Baltimore. Okay. Okay, so Johnny Cash. All right, so what I'll do is I will read the rest of this, or picture it actually, because it's raining pretty hard, and I think I'm gonna end this video because it's getting a little bit long in the tooth, and I don't want you all to lose interest. So I'll do a part 2, like I said, and that'll be it. So I know I'm not doing this place so much justice right now, but it's pouring down rain and it's winter time, and it's just too much to cover in one video. So stay tuned. I will do a part 2, and I also have to do part 2s of other videos, especially of my Edgar Allan Poe video. I got to do a part 2 of that. My life's been a little bit busy lately, and I haven't had a chance to do all this. So, but stay tuned, and please subscribe, hit that like button, and leave any comments if you like, and I'll try to reply. Thank you for watching. Okay, folks, I hope you saw that buck running through there. I am at the Lincoln. That was really cool, unexpected. The Lincoln Historic Cemetery. I never knew about this place. The first time for me. This place is gigantic. I don't know how many acres it is. I'm going to have to do some research. The statue of the great must have been portraits his last days. Okay, I'm going to take pictures, guys. I'm going to have to really come out here and do some research. So this, I think it was made in 1912 or 1910, but this land was land from the early 1600s. So I got to show you this. I'm going to have to come out here and do some research and put this all together for you guys. All right, thanks.